Now, you know that God did not reveal that truth to you for his help. He did not do it for you to sit on it. He did not reveal it to you for you to ignore it. The Lord revealed that truth to you for a reason. He wants you to do something with it. And we are going to explore that in today's video. Before we get into it, welcome in or welcome back if this is your first time here. My name is Taylor and I make videos on practical faith, practicing self-love, and preserving your temples. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe to let me know. You can even leave your thoughts below. Now, without further ado, let's get into what you came for. Let's talk about why God would reveal a truth to you. We are going to uncover the answer in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 9. I'm going to start by reading the scripture, and then I'm going to break it down, and then we're going to get into the lessons that would apply to your life today. So if that sounds like a plan, stay with me, friend. Shall we get started? I think so. Join me, friends, in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 9, where it reads, "And to shed light for all about the administration of the mystery hidden for ages in God who created all things." Really, what is Paul talking about? Let's break it down. I am going to be reading from my notes because if I try to do this from memory, I'm gonna mess it up. You're welcome. Okay, what is Paul yapping about in this verse? Paul is sharing that a part of his ministry is to intentionally reveal a truth that was once hidden from humanity, not only for Jews or religious leaders, but from everyone. Paul's mission was to reveal the divine truth that was hidden in God for ages, but is now fully visible and accessible to all. Paul had to tell everyone that despite their ethnicity or background, we are all one humanity through Christ, and we are co-heirs invited into God's kingdom. It was always God's plan to unite us all despite our differences, and this plan was hinted at throughout scriptures without making it fully clear. God intentionally planned this and in his divine timing chose to reveal this truth of redemption, giving hope to those separated by sin or once considered outsiders to God's chosen people. Man. Let's get into the lessons to really break this down further. Starting with number 1. You are not an accident in God's plan. God reveals things in his divine timing, but he is very intentional with his plans. Your story is full of intricate little details, okay? In Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." That is true because the Lord has plans for you and he wants great things for you. The Lord wants abundance for us all. The Lord wants us to live a good life. I genuinely believe that. And I feel like you have to listen to someone in this life. Either you're going to listen to the plans that God has for your life, or you're going to listen to the plans the world has for your life. And typically the plans of the Lord are going to be better than the world could ever provide. I promise. And a benefit of going with the Lord's plan is you'll be storing treasures up in heaven. And you're going to need those if you have eternal life. You're going to need those. So whenever things are going on in your life and you just can't see what is going on, I promise you, the Lord's plans are, he just moves in a way we can't understand necessarily, but in due time, he will reveal the truth. He will open our eyes and show us the full picture. When you're only looking at a very small part of the picture, like when you're only focused on what's going wrong in your life, what's causing you ailment, what's causing your suffering, when you focus on that, you miss the bigger picture, that he could be using that very situation to build you up, to make you someone to give you the skills you need for where you're going, where he's calling you to next. So don't be so focused on little small things, or you're not getting what you want in the time you want it, trust that the Lord knows better than you, and everything is unraveling in his perfect plan for you, and everything is working together for your good. You have to believe that. I promise you, every time I was like, Lord, why are you doing this? I mean, I still struggle with this because I'm a human, but every time I felt like the Lord didn't do something when I wanted him to do it, and I just kind of gave it some time and eventually saw it play out, I was always grateful. Like, Lord, thank God that didn't happen. Thank God you didn't give me what I was asking for. Thank God you gave me something better. Or thank God you changed my direction, because that wouldn't have been the right thing for me. Thank God you knew better than me. Thank God. Thank God. Let's get into the next thing. Faith is meant to be visible. Revelation produces responsibility, and responsibility produces visible fruit. Where's your fruit? When faith is real internally, it becomes visible externally, okay? James chapter 2, verse 17 says, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. You've heard people say faith without works is dead. That is true, because it's not enough to just say, oh, I believe this. I have faith that this is going to happen. You have to start taking actions to actually claim what you say you believe. Like, imagine you say, I have faith the Lord's going to give me a business one day, right? And you just sitting around on your hands waiting for him to drop the business in your lap. No, real faith looks like taking actions. Like, I have faith the Lord wants me to start a business. So what do? You go start, you do the you do the LLC, you figure out like what you're going to be doing. Like, you just start taking the steps. You start letting your creativity bloom. You start really mapping it out. You start visualizing it in your head. You start taking actions to make it happen. And lo and behold, the Lord starts unraveling it. Or he starts showing you that you need to pivot. Either way, you're in a better place than you was before. And it's all working together for your good. It's not enough to say, oh, I believe the Lord will do this for me, and then you're not taking no actions. How's that gonna make sense? Like, the Lord works with us. Hello? He gonna make it all happen, but he has to see that we are going to put some skin in the game. He just dropped something in my head. So you know the story of Jesus turning water into wine, right? In that story, before he turned that water into wine, he made the people fill up a bunch of things of water. He made them fill mad jars, jugs, whatever those things were called. He made them fill them with water. And I imagine it was time intensive. It took them some time to fill all these things with water. And they don't even know for sure what's about to happen, but they're just listening. They're just following the steps they were instructed to take. They're just doing what they're supposed to be doing, not knowing what's going to happen. So their work, their action was filling up the jugs with water. That was their part. And the Lord took it from there. He turned it into wine. They didn't even do the hard part. They did like the labor. They took actions. They took steps. And the Lord carried it home. And the guy has said, this is the best wine I had. He said, this is the best wine I done had. Normally, they give the crappy wine at the end of the event. Y'all flipped it around. This is the best wine I ever had. You see what the Lord will do? Your faith needs work, and the Lord will meet you there. But you can't say, I believe this is going to happen, and you're not taking those steps to actually get there. It's not going to fall out of the sky. Faith without works is dead. You got to put some skin in the game. Let's get to the next part. No believer is second class. Culture, ethnicity, or background differences. I meant ethnic. Culture, ethnic, or background differences don't limit access to God. We are all equal. Remember, we all have access to the same God through the same means, okay? We all get to him through Christ. And no one gets more access to him just because they know a little more, just because they pray a little harder. Nope, we all get the same access to the Lord. And you guess what? When you're tapped in with the Lord, no matter where you are in your spiritual journey, he's going to meet you where you're at. He's going to speak to you specifically about where you're at. He's going to guide you through the season you are in. So how he's talking to you might not be how he's talking to me, and how he's talking to me is probably not how he's talking to Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell, or how he's talking to Myron Golden, he is not talking to any of us in the same way, but nonetheless, he is talking to all of us in a language we can understand, okay? So don't be discouraged thinking that where you are in your walk with the Lord is discrediting you from hearing from him and is preventing you from hearing the calling he has for your life or what truth he wants to deliver to you. No, the Lord is going to meet us where we're at. All you need to be is locked in and listening, okay? Leave some room for silence so he can get to you, okay? Let's move on to the last lesson of today. Revelation always creates responsibility. When God reveals something to you, he's also revealing what you're responsible for. Let me say it again because I just stumbled, and that was a good sentence. Give me grace. Let me get some water first. Thank you. You guys are so patient with me. I love you. When God reveals something to you, he's also revealing what you're responsible for stewarding. Revelation is for growth, and that growth is not just for you, it's for you to bless others, okay? Stewardship reveals if you're worthy of having more, okay? Think about, imagine you have an old car. You hate this car. You want a new car, but you're not taking care of that car at all. Why would the Lord bless you with another car, a better car, a newer, bigger, fancier car if you're not taking care of the one he gave you? Imagine you're in your little tiny dainty apartment and you don't ever clean it. You don't open the windows. You don't air it out. You don't deep clean. You don't be doing nothing for that little house, but yet you're praying and begging and longing for a mansion. If you can't clean a little 600 square foot apartment, what makes you think you gonna be able to steward a 2,000 square foot home, okay? Imagine your relationships. You don't have a good relationship with yourself, but you're praying and begging for a relationship with a man or a woman. Come on. You gotta start within. Shameless plug for Self-Love Saturday. Tune into those videos where we are walking through exercises to love ourselves better so we have a capacity to love other people, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. All right, going back to the thing. When the Lord reveals things to you, he's revealing them to you because he wants to see what you're going to do with it. He wants you to steward it. And when he reveals something to you, you already have all the tools to make it happen. You already have everything you need to be successful in the thing he gave you. He just needs to see if you're going to pick up the ball. Are you going to shoot or are you going to pass? Are you going to shoot? Are you going to travel? Are you going to fumble? Come on, what are you going to do? Not fumble. Anyway, the Lord wants to see if you're going to steward what he has already given you. Because if you're not stewarding what he's already given you, why would he give you more? You've already shown you can't handle what he already gave you. And that's why stewardship is about responsibility, because you have to handle what he has already given you with care. You have to show you're capable of managing it. And from there, he's going to keep multiplying it. You know the story of the servants with the talents. It was some wealthy guy, and he had 3 people. He gave one of them 1 talent. He gave another one 2 talents. He gave the third one 5 talents, right? And he went on some long business journey, and then he came back, right? He came back and found that the person he gave 5 talents to multiplied it to 10. The person he gave 2 talents to multiplied it to 4. And the person he gave 1 measly talent to was so afraid of that talent, he was scared of losing it. He buried it in the ground and didn't do nothing to it. And guess what? When he came back and saw that the guy that had 5 made it 10, he said, "Good job, you good and faithful servant. I see that you've multiplied what I have given you. You've shown you know what to do with this." The one that had 2 and he made 4, he said, "Good job, you good and faithful servant. I see you took what I gave you and you multiplied it. You know how to handle what I've given you." But the one that took his little measly 1 talent and put it in the ground, he said, what did he say? He called him, oh man, I forgot what he called him, but he ripped him a new one. He pretty much said, you sluggard, you lazy. Read him for filth. He was like, "I cannot believe you didn't do nothing with this talent I gave you." He said, "Not only did you not, you didn't do nothing with this talent I gave you." He said, "Not now, because you didn't do anything with this talent I gave you, I'm going to take it from you and give it to the guy with 10. That parable is showing us that when the Lord gives us something, his expectation is for us to multiply it. And if you don't multiply it, he's going to give it to someone that will multiply it. And no shade, no tea. I know everyone hates the super duper rich, and they hate how the super duper rich keep getting super duper richer. But the super duper richer keep getting richer, richer, richer because they know how to multiply what they were given. But us at the bottom, and I say us because I'm still there, but I'm trying to climb my way out. I'm trying to multiply a few things. I don't want to be here for the rest of my life. I refuse to be here for the rest of my life. But us at the bottom, the Lord gives us talents and we bury it. We don't do nothing with it. We talk ourselves out of it. We convince ourselves we're not worthy of it, or we can't do it, or it's too much for us. We convince ourselves we're so tired from working our 9 to 5. We don't got no energy to pour into ourselves, our dreams. We bury our talents. We don't do any research to figure out how we can expand our money. We don't do any research to figure out how our money can make money. We don't do anything to multiply what the Lord has given us, so we stay where we are. We are burying our talents, and we have to have a change. We have to have a change. And I'm talking to y'all the way I'm talking to me, because I'm trying to flip the script. I said, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I gotta make something shake. And there's too much free information in the world for me to stay here. There's too much free information for me to stay here and rot. Like, the Lord has given me ideas. I don't know what's gonna pop. I don't know what's what, but I do know by pursuing these ideas he has given me, I can only go up. I mean, you don't have to try to be worse. You just have to not do anything. When you want to get better, you have to be intentional. You have to try new things. But if you don't try to get better, all you're going to do is get worse, because you don't stay the same. You either get better or get worse as the time goes on. That was a long rant, but I feel passionate about that because I feel as though there's too much free information in the world for us to be staying where we're staying when we're unhappy, or when we know we have access to too many people living too many good lives to believe that the Lord can do it for them and not do it for us. The only difference between us right now and us in our dream life is action. All we gotta do is start taking action and see what shakes. If something's not working, pivot, do something new. If something is working, multiply it, keep it going. So when the Lord reveals a truth to you, steward it, manage it, multiply it, act on it. Act on it. Because I want us all to live in abundance, because that's what the Lord wants for us. When you read the Bible, the Lord's favorite people were rich. He was out here handing out blessings left and right. What makes us think he don't want to do the same for us? All the Lord wants to do is bless us as long as we listen to him. If we listen to him, he's going to bless us. That's it. I genuinely believe that. At least that's what I'm living by. Nobody try to ruin that for me. Okay? All right, let me start ranting. What did we learn today? What God reveals to us is meant to change us, and what changes us is meant to be seen as fruit and brings hope to others. That is what fruit is. When you start seeing the blessings dripping from your actions, that's the fruit. That is the visible fruit that everybody needs to see. That is evidence of your faith, because guess what? Guess what? Just how we said faith without works is dead, faith is evidence of works unseen. I think that's how the saying goes. But it essentially means, like, when you want to pursue an idea, it starts as an idea. You have no evidence that that thing is going to work, but you have to believe in it so much that you actually pursue it until other people can see that it actually works. But you have to work on it while there's no evidence. That is me working on my YouTube videos. And the following is coming. I'm at 210 subscribers. You have to keep showing up, and you'll start seeing the growth little by little, brick by brick, step by step. Rome wasn't built in a day. You just got to take your steps, babe, and do what the Lord has told you to do, because if he told you to do it, you'll probably see success in it. The Lord told me to do these videos. The Lord told me to make my More Than Embrace course. I do plan on transformation guide. I do plan on releasing that soon. I don't have an exact date yet, but I don't believe he stirred me in that direction just to leave me hanging. People must need it. People often don't know what they need until you put it in their face. And then they're like, I might need that. At least that's what I'm going with. All right, let me wrap it up. If you're interested in this Drink the Living Water cup, I have them for sale on my Etsy shop, and you can find the link in the description below. It comes in 5 colors. It comes in purple, yellow, pink, blue, and green. I also have a 2026 faith-based affirmational calendar on my Etsy shop if you're interested in it. The link is also in the description below. I do hope this lesson blessed you. I hope you learned something. I hope you feel encouraged to pursue that idea that the Lord keeps popping up in your head. Go ahead and leave it in the comments if there's any ideas you feel a new light, a new surge of energy in pursuing. I said that funny, but I would love to hear from y'all. I want to know what y'all think. I want to know what you're going to start working on. What fire did I just light under y'all? Go ahead and give me a like if you liked the video, if it inspired you, if it motivated you, if I gave you some hard truths. And give me a subscribe because we come out with new lessons every day. We are tiptoeing through Ephesians. And I am so surprised. We are already like halfway through Ephesians. Who knew? There's only 6 chapters. There's only 6 chapters in Ephesians. Let me double check. There's only 6 chapters in Ephesians. We are halfway through. I wonder what we're going to read next. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you here again tomorrow. Thank you for listening and spending this time with me. I'm sorry, I kind of started going on a tangent. Now I started saying a bunch of random words. You have to forgive me. But I mean, at least you've seen a little bit of my personality. If you don't like my personality, do not be rude in the comments. I do bite back. Bye.